Hello everyone, I am Dr. G. Temuri, working as professor in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Amet deemed to be university. I am going to explain by this video about the modulation technique which is used in the communication of signals in a very easy manner. That is, a layman can easily understand. By that way, I am going to explain you now. See, after my video is over, what the student can understand and what is the objective of this video is, after completion of the presentation, the students will come to know about what is the need for modulation in communication and what is the definition of modulation. Both can be thoroughly understood with the help of this video. What are the prerequisites required for understanding the concept of modulation is? What is frequency? Why these parameters are given importance are the data we are transmitting will be converted in the form of waveforms. Data will be converted in the form of waveforms. The waveform will have these parameters. If the learners have thorough understanding of the parameters such as frequency, wavelength, phase and amplitude of the waveforms, then they can understand the concept of modulation very easily. See, first we will see what is the necessity for modulation. Actually, I am taking the audio signal. The audio signal I am considering as baseband signal. So since it is going to be audio signal, the range of the frequency of the signal will be 20 Hz to 20 kHz. It falls in the range of low frequency. See, when we wanted to transmit the low frequency signal, what are the limitations we have? Major, we have two limitations. Limitation number one is, after traveling a short distance, the low frequency signal will lose its strength and it will be suppressed. So the strength of the signal at the end will be very weak. So like we walk a long distance, what will we do? After traveling a distance, we will lose our strength. So the same energy we could not reach the end. At the same distance, after covering a short distance itself, the low frequency signal will lose its strength. So with the same energy it could not reach the other end. Next, the baseband signal cannot travel long distance in free space or air. So not eligible for radio communication. That means I am telling wireless communication. See the signal, what I told, we are considering a audio signal I told. For which purpose we use the audio signal? For transmitting to a long distance. So if it loses its energy after a shortest distance, then reaching the other end, it will not be in the same strength. So it could not be possible for transmitted through the medium or as a radio communication signal or using wireless communication. This is the major limitation one we have. Next limitation is, we all know that all the communication engineer and electronics engineers knows that F is equal to C by lambda or lambda is equal to C by F. What is F? What is C? What is lambda? We will see now. F is the frequency of the signal we are transmitting. Lambda is the wavelength of the signal. C is equal to 3 into 10 power 8, that is velocity of light. The relationship between frequency, wavelength and velocity of light is given by the equation given above. The height of the antenna we are going to use for communication will be found out by the formula h is equal to lambda by 2. What is the relationship between frequency and height of the antenna is the frequency decreases. We have considered a signal with low frequency. So frequency is low. From the above formula, the frequency and wavelength are inversely proportional to each other. So if frequency is low, wavelength will be high. As in turn, lambda by 2 is also high. So the height of the antenna will be more. So we could not imagine an antenna. It is a low frequency. If we found out the height of the antenna using the formula, you could not imagine the height of the antenna. That much sized antenna could not be designed. That is the limitation number 2. So what could be done in order to avoid these two limitations? That could be better understood by the real-time example given here. What I told, we are considering a low frequency signal. The low frequency signal is considered as a human being. He wanted to travel a long distance. So what did he do? For a shortest distance, he will walk and cover the distance. If he wanted to travel a long distance, what will he do? He will take a car, he will sit inside the car and he can travel faster and he can cover the distance, long distance. So, the man human being we are considering is a low frequency signal. The vehicle can travel fast, so that I am considering as a high frequency signal or a carrier signal. Why the signal is called as carrier is on the carrier signal or high frequency signal, the low frequency signal is going to travel. It is going to be imposed on that. Like man is going to sit inside the car, like that the low frequency signal characteristics will be imposed on the carrier or high frequency signal that will travel while it is reaching the other end. The high frequency signal will have the characteristics of the low frequency signal. That what we have to do is we have to separate the low frequency signal characteristics from the high frequency signal. That could be again explained by me. See, the low frequency signal amplitude, you see, it has, why it is called as low frequency signal? For the particular time period, it is covering a single cycle alone. But if we consider a high frequency signal, within the same stipulated time period, it covered many cycles. That's why it is called as high frequency signal. Next, what we are doing is, the man is going to sit inside, I told. So what I am considering here is the amplitude of the low frequency signal will be imposed on the high frequency signal. So how the third signal got modified, you see, this amplitude is imposed on that. So inside you have the same frequency, but the high frequency signal amplitude alone is changed. Frequency, in the frequency you have no variation. So this process is called modulation. Here the carrier frequency amplitude is changed in accordance with the low frequency signal shown in the first waveform. Okay, so it is called as amplitude modulation. What had happened, you see, the human being, he sat inside the car, he reached the other end faster without losing his energy. At the same way, the low frequency signal characteristics is imposed on the high frequency signal. It reached the other end faster without losing his energy. So this process is called as what? Modulation. Okay. So now we can understand that we can give the definition for the modulation as modulation is the process of superimposing the low frequency information signal on a high frequency carrier signal. And what is actually modulation? modulation, where it is used, and what is the idea behind modulation. Okay, all those things. With the help of this presentation, after this you can have this multiple choice questions. What is the range of audio signal used? Three choices I have given here. 2 Hz to 20 Hz and 20 Hz to 200 Hz and 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz. In my first slide, I have used audio signal with low frequency, I have told. So you can pick up the answer very easily. Like the same, in my second limitation, I have given the relationship between frequency and wavelength. The frequency and wavelength are inversely proportional to each other, I told. Okay, for the second question also, you can easily answer. Next, third question is, information signal belongs to. See, the first slide I explained the signal I am going to take for modulation is a baseband signal. In which frequency again it falls, range it falls. Also I have told. Using that you can answer for the third question. Fourth question is, carrier signal belongs to. See, I have explained the process of modulation with the help of a real-time example. In that, for the low frequency signal, I have taken human being as the low frequency example, and for high frequency, I have taken the vehicle as the example, and modulated signal, the man sitting inside the car will be taken as the example. So you can better answer this question. In which range your carrier signal will fall. Okay, like that, for every lecture, if you have multiple choice questions, you can understand more better way. That's why I have given this multiple choice questions also. See, I referred Rodian Cullen by Communication Engineering. It's for Communication Engineering, many more books are available. You can go through the books available for communication and you can better understand the modulation process.